Hello, everyone. Welcome to the June Jamboree Rallycross Drivers Meeting. I'm Keto.
And I'm Katie. And this drivers meeting has two parts. We're going to talk at you a little bit about hopefully all the things you need to know to have a great race weekend. And then there will also be a linked video about how to read rallycross cones. So if you are new, please take some time to watch that video as well. It'll tell you about how to navigate through the course. So let's talk a bit about this upcoming weekend. The race is broken out over 2 days. Each class runs either on Saturday or Sunday, so be sure to look at the class breakdown to know which day you're supposed to show up. If you signed up for fun runs, you get to show up for both days. You'll have a race session and a work assignment on both days, so keep that in mind. One more thing. If you didn't sign up for fun runs and you only signed up for your race day, you only have to come for one day. I get that question a lot, so you don't have to come for both and just hang out, but you're welcome to. When you show up at the venue, you will sign a waiver at the gate. We charge $10, go straight to the venue, cash only. It is that $10 charge applies to drivers, spectators, support people, everyone pays. You'll get a wristband. That wristband is good for the weekend. So if you come back the next day, just show them your wristband. You won't have to pay twice. Once you're there, you're signed and ready to go. They'll tell you where to park, where you will set up your paddock area for the weekend. So you're going to unload your car and get ready for tech inspection.
Yeah, once you're ready for tech inspection, and assuming tech is open, check your schedule again, please. There'll be a sign, like there'll be a little sandwich board that says tech. You'll see everybody there. Once you get there, first thing, make sure your car is empty. Unload your car. Don't just show up and go to tech. Please get your car ready for racing, everything out of it, the floor mats, all that stuff. Please do bring your helmet so that we can check your helmet. We can either, put a current sticker on it or make sure that you have a current sticker on it. Just a quick reminder, the helmets need to be a Snell SA or M 2010 or newer 2005. You can put them on the mantle, throw them away, whatever you want to do, but don't bring them to the rallycross. We will make sure that you have your numbers and your stickers that are on your car. Please, if you have a blue car, do not use blue tape.
For your numbers.
For your numbers. We can't see them. Also, please don't put your numbers right behind the front wheel. They're going to get covered in dirt and won't be able to see them as well. And then make sure the numbers are clear, that we can tell exactly what they are. What else? Mechanical. So we're going to check the mechanicals of your car. We're going to check, make sure your throttle returns, that your battery's not flopping around in your engine bay. We're going to make sure that you have pedal pressure. We're going to make sure that your wheels aren't just going to fall off. Anyways, we're going to check all those things there. What else? Did I miss anything?
I think that's it. Just make sure the car is in good working order. Your numbers are clear. Your helmet is legit, 2010 or newer.
Yep.
And then we send you on to check-in at registration. So you will continue driving from tech inspection. We'll be there waiting for you. We're going to check your driver's license. We're going to make sure it is current, not expired, that it's you. And then we're also just going to confirm your car number is the same that you have in the system that you registered with, and that your class is the same, just to make sure you know what you're supposed to be doing. So you will then park your car, go walk the course, take time to walk the course a couple of times if you can, give yourself enough time to do that. If you are new to rallycross, walking the course is your chance to see the course before racing starts. So give yourself plenty of time to walk. Grab an experienced person. They'd love to walk with you and kind of show you the ropes. Don't be shy. It's
motocross track, so it's a little different. There is a lot of elevation all through there, so even if we're not going over a big huge jump, it's still going to be there, and it's going to block your view going around the corner. So you may only be able to see a section of the track at a time, so it'd be really good to get eyes on the track at walk speed ahead of time.
Yep. So you walk the course, and then there's a time that you will either need to be in grid ready to race or be at your work assignment. So if you race in the morning, you will be in grid, you'll race all morning, we'll take a 1 hour lunch break, and then you'll have a work assignment in the afternoon. The inverse is true. If you work in the morning, you'll show up, get a vest, go out on course, lunch break, race in the afternoon.
And you'll know what time to grid up because you check the schedule.
Yes, and we reminded you. So you're at the line, you're getting ready to race. What do you have to do?
Well, when you get to the line, you'd like to have your helmet on, make sure that you have a chin strap, make sure that you're wearing your seat belt, make sure that the window is rolled up wherever there's a person. You're allowed, of course, your driver, you are allowed a passenger, but window has to be up wherever there's a body. Back windows can be down if you want car full of dust, that's up to you. If you don't have a passenger, the passenger window can be down. But if there is, it has to be up. And then if you have a camera or a phone that you want to video, make sure that it is either hard mounted to the car on a harness bar, mounted to the dash, something hard on your helmet, something along those lines where, the camera's not going to come dislodged and fly around the car. But no hand, no holding it, no holding a phone, no holding a camera, anything like that. As the driver, you are pilot in command, you are in charge of your vehicle. Passenger is your responsibility. So if they're holding a phone, we are going to red flag and you'll get a DNF for that run.
So you get a parade lap?
You do get a parade lap. Oh, yeah. I guess I should tell you all that too, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so once we have all those bases covered and you're not doing all the bad things, what we're going to do is we're going to send you out at a parade lap, so speed. You're going to be able to, drive around the course. You'll see all the courses or, all the cone or the courses marked out with cones. We have a link video at the end, right? That explains it all.
Yes.
Okay. If you hit cones out on course, penalties will be called in. They'll be tallied up. Your time is, your time plus penalties, and every run counts. Unlike autocross, it isn't a golden lap. Every lap counts and it accumulates, so you want to think about that before you go out there. We have.
You want to tell people what the penalties are?
Oh, yeah. So if you hit a cone, it'll be 2 seconds. If you go the wrong side of a gate, it will be 10 seconds added to your time per.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, that could be punishing if you make a lot of mistakes.
We also have local Wi-Fi at the track, so you'll be able to log in with your phone and see scores in real time. You'll see all the scores in your class too. You can see how everybody's shaking out.
Yep.
So what do you do if you come upon a cone that is down on course?
So if you're driving out on course and there's a cone that's either down or very clearly out of place, you have two options. You can pretend that it doesn't exist and you can just drive past it. You will not get penalized for it. Or if you choose, you can stop, point at the cone, and get course worker's attention. Once you have his attention, I need you to keep going because there's going to be somebody hot behind you. But as a result, you will get a rerun. You'll be able to run that course over again. So when you stop and go, that time will not count. Here is the deal though. You get to the end of the course and you tell us, oh yeah, back there by COM 2, there was a cone down. I'll be like, hey, thanks for letting me know. I'll call COM 2, make sure the cone's up. There'll be no rerun. Mm-hmm. You chose to continue on, and that was your choice. So
what do you do if somebody waves a red flag at you?
Yeah, so good point. If you are holding that camera or that phone, you will get a red flag waved at you.
We have never had anyone actually holding a red flag while they're driving. It's always the passenger.
You mean holding a phone, right?
What did I say?
For red flag.
Yes.
Yes, it's always the passenger.
Yes.
Okay, so if your passenger is holding a red flag or a phone, I know, right? I keep saying
Get
this.
it together.
We will red flag you.
Yes.
But there's other things. So if a car breaks down in front of you, there's a multitude of reasons, including, tire debead. They will wave a red flag in front of you. What we want you to do is to come to a stop as quickly as you can safely, and then wait for the course worker to give you direction as to what to do next. It will usually be something like drive the course at parade speed or turn around and go back to start. It does not necessarily mean you did something. If you're catching somebody or we have a car broken down ahead of you, we don't want you to catch up to the back of them very quickly, so we will stop you ahead of time.
Sometimes it is your fault though.
Yes.
you might have a D bead.
Yeah, so if you have a D bead, we will red flag you because we do not want it to dig in and create a rollover. So we'll shut you down. What I really don't want you to do though, however, is to drive over my finish board with your D beaded tire. So if you get to that point at some point, no one's ever told you, please drive around it, the far side of it. We'll make accommodations for that. But you will get an opportunity to fix it on that first D bead and get another go. If you get a second D bead, well, you didn't learn your lesson on the first time, put enough air in your tires, or decided to drive too hard into those ruts. And so that will just be a DNF, but we will be, red flagging D beads for safety reasons. So
you get one 10-minute break. So if you end up getting a D bead, that 10-minute break will be used to fix your D bead. Alternatively, let's say you don't get a D bead and you have another mechanical issue or you need to do something, you have that 10-minute break to use.
That's right. So that 10 minutes starts when you're supposed to be at the line. However, we need you to let either the grid captain or timing know that you're taking that 10-minute, and you need to verify that we actually heard you. You can't just yell it as you go running off to the pits, because we probably won't, we didn't hear you. And then your 10 minutes starts when you're supposed to be at the line. So here's the deal. If you ask for the 10 minutes and you go off and you fix your tire or fix your mechanical and you come back before it's your turn to go, we do not start using your 10 minutes. However, if you come back 30 seconds into your 10 minutes, you do not now get 9.5 more minutes. You used, that one go. So you get one opportunity up to 10 minutes.
Also keep in mind that there's some time in between runs. So if you finish a run and you want to go change tires or take care of something, you'll have 20-30 minutes in there. Keep an eye on it, but you'll have some time, so you don't have to use a mechanical.
You can make adjustments or make changes or change a tire or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
The deal is you just have to be at the line when it's your turn to go.
That's correct.
All right, so that's all about racing. Now, the other half of your day is going to be your work assignment. Everyone gets a work assignment. The majority of you will be out on course. You'll be shagging cones, radioing in penalties, keeping an area safe. So any number of things. You must wear an orange vest when you're out there. That's how we A, know you're a worker, and B, make sure people don't run you over. We want them to see you. You must be on your feet at all times. So if, unless we say, hey, we're taking a tractor break, you must be on your feet at all times. That way you're up and paying attention and ready to go. Your eyes need to be on the cars, on the course. You can't be chatting, turn around chatting. You cannot be on your phone. Phones and cameras must be put away during your work assignment.
Well, let me interject in here something too. I also want you to be standing in a safe place. The outside of corners are not safe place. Too close to track are not safe places. I know that sometimes, you have to run to shag cones and you kind of want to stand close to the cone because then it's the least distance you have to run to go get it. I totally understand that. But what I want is you to have functioning legs for the rest of your life and not get hit by a car and break both your legs and not be able to race with us anymore. So I'd really like you guys to stand in safe places. If I come through and tell you you're too close or not, I don't want you standing there. I'm doing it, because I want you guys to be safe, not just because I, want to police you.
Okay, so every corner will have a captain. The captain will have a radio and a red flag. They will be in charge and they will sort of tell the rest of the people at the corner where to stand. It is your job to know which cones you're responsible for, where your cones end and the next person start. It's also your job to know exactly where that cone was. So because we race on dirt, we can't paint the ground and tell you exactly where to put it back. So you need to take some time and make sure you know exactly where everything should be. Feel free to use a rock off course to show you where to line up your cone. Use whatever you need to do that.
You can count out paces. How many paces from here to there.
Yep. And so someone may drive by, they might hit a cone. You will go put that cone back where it was. And then you will look to your captain and you will say 1 cone. And they will radio in. They will say car 1, 2, 3, 1 cone. So captains, when you radio in that call first, be sure you listen and make sure the airwaves are clear so you're not talking over someone. Then what you want to do is you want to say your comm station. So I'm at comm 1, car 1, 2, 3, 1 cone. Take your finger off the button and listen and wait for a confirmation. If you don't get a confirmation, just wait a sec and then make the call in again. Often what happens is if two people are talking at the same time, we won't hear any of you. So just be sure to do that. If you get a call back that says like, hey, come on, can you repeat that? We just didn't hear you clearly or something like that. If you see a media person, a spectator, anyone coming closer to course than you are comfortable with, we want people 50 to 100 feet away. If you see someone come close to course, you are in charge. Please just kindly ask them to go back, turn them around and go back the way they came. That way we're keeping the course clear and safe. If you have any concerns, let your captain know. They will radio it in and we will handle it.
Yeah.
Now, the red flag procedure as a captain is the inverse of what we talked about when you're driving. So captains, you must always have the red flag on you curled up in your hand. If you hear a radio call that says full course red flag, your job is to step close to the course, get the red flag out there, wave it so drivers can see. And then you must listen for instructions. So hold your driver there until you hear instructions. And then if we say, hey, just have everyone finish at parade speed, you pass that on to your driver, they come back.
Right.
If you hear a specific, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, have some patience, because when we get a red flag, you know, first thing we have to do is we need to sort out, we need, you know, a timing control. We need to sort out, why is there a red flag? Because if there's a safety issue, do we need to deal with that immediately?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, from there, we need to sort out what's going on. If it's a car with a D-beat or disabled, then we need to get it off the course.
Mm-hmm.
All of that needs to be handled first. Once we have that handled,
Mm-hmm.
you know, then we'll send the cars in, because that's the other thing too, is I may not want cars moving out on courses. I'm trying to get out to somebody.
Yep. If you hear a specific call, COM 1 red flag or COM 1 and 2 red flag, that is only for those specific comm stations. Same thing, bring your driver to a halt and then listen for instructions. Sometimes things may happen where we only need to hold one car, no need to ruin everybody else's laps. So just be sure you're listening to the radio. Mm-hmm. If you, as the captain, see something that requires a red flag, either you see that a car is catching another car, you see that a car has a D-bead, or let's say you witness an incident like somebody going far off course or a rollover. Your job is to be clear and concise on the radio. You should say, COM 2, I have a rollover at COM 2, red flag, very clear, very concise. Or COM 2, car 123 has a D-bead, please red flag car 123. Just be very clear and concise and then get off the airwave so that Keto can jump on and control the rest of the course.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that everything about red flags? Did I cover it all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just a lot of common sense.
Yeah.
Also, you know, I mean, listen, if for some reason you put out a red flag accidentally, it isn't the end of the world. We can do a rerun, you know, I mean, it's an inconvenience, but it's not the end of the world. Mm-hmm. If you don't put out a red flag when we need you to, it could be a safety issue. Mm-hmm. And so we would prefer that you err on the side of red flag. Mistakes happen, we'll get over it, we'll get the reruns, we'll move on.
Just be heads up, eyes open, listening for the radio.
Safety, very important. Yes.
One thing about Albany is that it's windy there and it probably will be sunny. So just come prepared. Long sleeves are great, even if it's going to be warm. Bring a hat, bring shoes and clothes you want to stand in for a few hours. Just keep the elements in mind. Also, to our Pacific Northwest friends, this might be the first time you are out in the sun this year. So bring your sunscreen. Pro tip from your favorite redhead. Spectators are allowed at this event. They are encouraged. In fact, this is a really fun venue to watch rallycross. So bring your friends and family. There's camping allowed on site. So camp, hang out, have a good time. Of course, please be respectful, be good stewards, pick up after yourselves. Dogs are allowed and encouraged. They must be on a leash. Absolutely no exceptions. And please pick up after them as well.
The dogs need to be on a leash at all times, period.
But yeah.
Full stop.
Yep. And that's kind of everything. If you have any questions, you can always reply back to your competitor email, or you can email us at info@nwrallyassociation.com. Please read that email, know the schedule, know where you need to be, ask your questions in advance. We head down to the track on Friday. So after that, we're a little bit unavailable. So ask your questions by Thursday.
Yeah, once we get down there, we're working, may not have best service. So responses will be slow from us once we're down there. But we'll be busy making a fun track. Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun weekend. We haven't seen you all in like 6 weeks or something, maybe longer. Anyway, it's going to be a really fun race. Thanks for being a part of it.
See you soon.
See you there.